Hi everyone, this is Rashid from ITLec. Today we'll speak about unified interface. We'll go through quick quick discussion about the history, what is Power App, what is unified interface, and why the capabilities which already added or not still not available yet. Quick comparison and the important changes and depreciations. Okay, this is the first release of Microsoft CRM uh, in 2003. As we can see here, it was same like desktop application, the business modules in the bottom, and in that time there was Crystal report. And here in 2005, after 2 years, this was another release. It's a web application, and here is business modules. We can see it here, sales, marketing here, and in that one they replaced Crystal reports with SSRS reporting service. Here is CRM 4.0, and this was called multi-everything, multi-language, multi-currency, multi-tenants as well. 2011, in this one Microsoft introduced for the first time the solution layers and also the ribbon from Office 2010. Okay, and in 2013 this is a new UI, and till this moment the legacy is still somehow near or depending on this one. Okay, what is Power App? Power App is a group or set of apps, services, connectors, and data platform which provide us a quick way to create our application. Power App is consists of, or we can create our app in Power App platform by using one of two methods. First one is canvas, second one is data model. General rule is Dynamics 365 is Power App application plus common data service. So it's Power App application connected with common data service. Unified interface is only available for model driven in Power Apps, and Microsoft creates this one to make sure that we have full responsive design which follow the latest responsive design principles, which means we can use it in board, and we got the same feel and look in browser, tablet, mobile, in Outlook, blah blah blah. Okay, so here's this diagram show to us the Dynamics UI history and what we have right now. For in the legacy web client, we have used it only for desktop browser, and for mobile we have mobile web browser or mobile app, and for Outlook. And the same behavior wasn't in it wasn't to give us the same behavior, but in unified interface we have one unified interface. This interface can work and give us the same look and feel in all the platforms and devices, even app for Outlook or for mobile application. And we still have till this we still have the legacy web client. Okay, so why Microsoft go and invest in unified interface? First thing, unified interface means implementing the new principles and the new feedback from the customer and from the UI design experts. Also, it give to the user good experience. And related to in the cost, it reduces the cost of the investment, which means there will not be duplicate investment across uh, for example multiple platform. It will be only Microsoft will focus on the unified interface. That means in the same time it can deliver good behavior for web, browser, desktop, all the devices, mobile, and all the devices or access points. Also, as we know, forked code, it's a real hassle. So implementing and focus on one line which support all other lines, it's such a great idea. Here, also Microsoft, there's a good announcement is that from Microsoft Unified Interfaces is the strategic direction, and there will not be any investment in the old legacy web client. So for that reason, we can say why we as client or even as a consultant to learn the unified interface to optimize the investment. So you will make your own development in one way, which is unified interface, and it will serve all the other devices. Okay, in the same time we will get very exciting UI and user experience, great user experience, which will make to or increase the productivity, and in the same time that there is a great effect on the performance. We'll see this in numbers. Okay, and here's okay, so Microsoft introduces multiple features which are not available in the legacy web client. For example, new app UI, the navigation will have a look for responsive design, not partial, but in this time it's full. Improved data exploration, next record set, interactive dashboard, improved lookup with good performance, form experience, new reference panel, use or build your custom control with custom component framework. Unified interface, it's only this. Okay, so to get the benefit for the following, so you can easy use it in mobile or Outlook. You can use get the benefit from the new controls and views, Power App component framework. In the same time, now you can embed Power App Canvas inside Power App data model, and the same you can integrate it with Power BI. And again, there is a very good impact on the UI and performance. So performance in numbers. Unified interface, as we can see here, it's like more than 60% improved in grid load, improvement 37 improvement in form load, 45 improvement in dashboard load, improvement in quick create load, and 27% improvement in mobile app launch. Okay, we have some capabilities which are not ready or not available yet in unified interface, but Microsoft is working on it. So one of them, the custom styling for advanced chart properties. So you can make change advance or manage the chart properties. Also, the composite iris control is not available yet. Global notification and admin experience. Editable grids still not working on phones, and learning path. Okay, now we'll get a quick after upgrade what we will get. Here's like we have some on the right we have the legacy web client, and on the left we have the unified interface. So as we can see, this is like quick look now. We have in the left we have the menu will be always available, but in legacy web client you have to click, for example, on the arrow beside the cells. Here we can see that we have the, if we look to number 3, it is called areas or business modules, but it will be available once you click. You will get like drop down on top, like a change area, service training, and we have also the item and group. Here is another the header, and if we look for some sample for different themes, this is like dashboard. As we can see, there is improvement in the dashboard charts. Okay, and now it is also full screen. Before it wasn't full screen, so that will give the user more space, and they will use all the space. Okay, here also the grid, as you can see, some improvement related to UI and performance as well, as we discussed it before. Here if we have a look, all the sections still available, columns, everything still available of the main components you have. We will if we look here, also the tabs still available tabs, but in that time it will be it is like CRM4 now, it is in top. So you have summary, timeline, details, everything in top, so it is accessible in the top of the page. But before it was in the hamburger button beside the name. Once you click, or you can collapse it, summary, timeline, details in the legacy web client. Also, if we look to the timeline, it is now, if you before in the same screen, okay, here in legacy it's only 4 rows, but now you can display more than 9 rows. Also, we don't have tabs now, and all of the activities are mixed in same place. Okay, also the business process now become more powerful, okay, with this new design. This is how it will look on your browser, in your tab, phone, and Outlook. This is a new calendar. It will replace the current one. The dashboard has been improved. We can see that it becomes more performance. The performance increased, and UI as well. And this feature is great one. It is related to interactive dashboard, so it's kind of like BI. So once you click on something, it will affect all the other component on the dashboard. So it is really great feature, interactive dashboards. I think this will be added value to the management and for all the user. Here is like how to access next record. For example, if you click from any grid and you want to back to grid, there is no now to click back, just click this arrow and you will get the view here. Improved views. Here, as we can see, we have the view become now like more responsive and more manageable, especially for, and this one of the main reason why it is unified interface working on multiple devices. Here's how it will look for subgrids. So in this screen we can see multiple things, like we have new control like 5-star control or rate control, and in the middle we have Power App Component Framework, and in the right we have the Canvas app embedded, which really great feature. Okay, so how to set your settings in unified interface. In unified interface we don't have now if we click on the grid to go to the settings, there is nothing now like that, so you have to go to personal setting, this setting, and click advanced setting, and after that you can use new unified interface only, and it is now recommended, and by next October it will be the only option. Okay, here's another way to upgrade it if you're using only Power App, not Dynamics 365. Okay, if you upgrade your application and you still get this notification, that means there is something in your code need to be revisited. We have something called hyper experience because not all the feature has been migrated, so we sometimes need to get the hyper experience. For example, all of us like the advanced find, bulk edit is great feature, merge record, audit history, blah blah blah. Now the view process history is not available, so before we just click on the related records in the top menu, but now it is not available. So to do that we have this URL, one of the MVPs, his book about this part. Okay, during my personal experience to upgrade the ITLec Google Map control in the App Store, App Source, this was the entities and how it's looking. If we click now, it is The same application after upgrade it becomes like this. So I was wondering, I already have icons, everything's this available. Why it is not available here? So after long search I found we have like new changes we have to follow, like new some icons, length and widths. So this is very good article. It will help us on this one. In the header, if you look in the header you will find that we have like before all the fields are available on the header, and header can be multiple lines and it will be expand in the size, but now only one will be available, and beside this one we will have an arrow. If you click on an arrow there will be drop down list of controls so you can work with all of them. Next, record feature. Okay, before we was have on the in the top right in the first image we have like go to the first and next, but now we have this one. Once you click it it will give you view for the grid which you coming from it. Reference panel is also a good feature. I like it. It's give you ability to create a tab. This tab is like multiple grid without uh, need to change the views. So it will be like images like that with good uh, performance. Okay, here is when we should migrate. We should migrate if you have a plan to go from on-prem to online, or you have to migrate once we reach end of 2009 19. So actually you have to start it right now, because Microsoft will not support in the future the legacy web client. Okay, to upgrade your application we have like three ways. One of them to go with hybrid. One by one you should start with the most educated department or group of users who are using the application, and you have to upgrade a specific part of your application. Or otherwise you have to full upgrade, and in that case it will be like more risk, and it may take long time, and it will affect all the user in the same time. And for sure if you're upgrading from on-prem to online, so you have to go for upgrading it. And by the way there is some methods can or tools for Microsoft help us to upgrade this code, or at least check the quality of the code. This list or this slide mainly one the most important slide in our today presentation. So what has been changed? Legacy web client has been changed and replaced by unified interface. The task flow has been as well depreciated. Now we have business process flow, improved experience, perceive experience. Also the dialogue depreciated, and we can use now the business process flow or canvas apps. Related to some client APIs, it is like long story, and this will be the main part on our upgrade related to our UI, because A lot of libraries has been depreciated. Some of the feature like autocomplete is not working, things like that. We have also voice of the customer has been depreciated and replaced with Microsoft Forms Pro. Dynamics 365 for BlackBerry depreciated. Service calendar not available anymore and replaced with universal resource scheduling. All the entities related to contract line items, template also will not be available anymore. The standard SLAs depreciated. We have now only the enhanced SLAs. Relationship rules, the same, are depreciated. Now you can use the connection rule. Mail merge not available anymore. We should go for work, Word and Excel templates. Announcement, the Silverlight has also depreciated. I think we can use HTML web resource instead of Silverlight. It's more, and it is not available now, Silverlight, at all as a technology. Uh, the list component to integrate in the SharePoint has been replaced with server-based SharePoint integration. Microsoft Office 2010 not supported anymore. Email router is depreciated. We have to go to the server-side synchronization, and for sure the Dynamics CRM 2011 endpoint. Finally, it is depreciated, not available anymore, and has been replaced with web APIs. Okay, so as per Microsoft announcement, this by end of or by 1st of next October 2020, the legacy web client will not be supported anymore. So we haven't any choice. We have to start right now. Thank you for your time. Thank you.